Okay, guys, it's time for Wine, Music, and Games, episode 58. This time we've got a great new winery that we have just discovered here locally, an awesome classic concert that has just been released on vinyl and is also available if you want to watch it on YouTube, and another great game from the people who we talked about last week. This one involves candy. So how you doing, Honey Bunch?
I'm doing good. How are you?
You look great.
Thank you.
Yeah, I tried to get a little Christmassy since this is our before Christmas one,
yeah.
and you've got we've got the red and blue going. You were a little bit more Christmassy last week, but that's okay. All right, so before we start, remember, subscribe and hit the bell so that you get notified as to when a new one of these episodes, which usually drop every Tuesday, comes out. So what do we got for wine this time?
Well, we have a beautiful Pinot Noir from Integrity. It's from the Santa Lucia Highlands. This is a lovely Pinot, lots of berries, but a lot of herb flavors as well. That kind of, and they, according to online clove, which I'm like, oh, no wonder I like it. It's got some clove. I don't know. It has a lot of different flavors in it. It's a very nice Pinot. What's great about Pinot, if you're at a restaurant and maybe somebody's ordering a vegetarian or fish or something like that, the other person might be ordering more of a heavy meat dish. Pinot is a wine that usually pairs well with almost all of those types of foods. So it's great.
Pinot is usually considered more elegant. Remember that if you're talking about French wine, French red Burgundy is always going to be a Pinot Noir. So, but it's very different, that old world style, to the new world style that we have here. This Pinot is going to be fresher. There's going to be a little bit more fruit forward. Usually
a little bit of tart on the end. A little bit. Tastes different than one from Burgundy, like
definitely, but a great Pinot.
Yeah, it's very nice. This is range price for this is about $35.
Yeah. All right. So our music this time is from an artist who I grew up with and is probably top 5 artists of all time, and this one is Carole King's concert at the BBC, which was done in 1971, which is right when Tapestry comes out. So Tapestry is probably again one of my favorite albums of all time.
Mine too, yeah.
It's possible I have multiple copies, and so this was just released for the Record Store Day Black Friday that just happened right after Thanksgiving, and I had to pick it up, and it's just 8 tracks. So this was only $20 on vinyl, and just a beautiful. It takes most of the songs, or many of the songs that you're used to from Tapestry, but on some of them. So, for example, it's just her and the piano on the first couple. I Feel the Earth Move, just her and the piano, and it's great. And then she has James Taylor come out and play guitar on one of them. She's got her bass player coming in, and he's adding some nice, and so you get this kind of build up of the group over the course of these 8 songs, and she's delightful. Yeah. And just so kind of not, I don't want to say not polished, but I mean, she's just so genuine.
She seems so real,
Exactly.
And she was just got awarded with the presidential...
No. She just, Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is what she just got.
Yeah, she was in that other one too. But,
yeah, she did the Kennedy Center Honors at one point too.
That was nice, but she just got into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
You should watch the Kennedy Center Honors for Carole King is amazing. When Aretha Franklin comes out and does Natural Woman, woo! Tears. Yeah. Great stuff.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Carole King, amazing. And this is a great new addition from all the way back in 1971.
And you've been watching, and we've been watching on TV, the actual concert.
Yeah. The YouTube has a lot of the songs.
Yeah, so you should definitely take a look at that because it's really cool.
It's really cool. Yeah, definitely. Okay, and our game this week is a brother or sister, if you will, to what we talked about last week. Last week we were getting our vegetables, point salad right behind us, and now it's time for a little candy. Truffle Shuffle. Yeah. This one again from AEG and Molly Johnson, Shawn Stankewich, and Robert Melvin. This one is for 2 to 4 players, but check out the candy, guys.
Are you showing the right side?
I'm showing the candy side. Yeah, look,
Well,
this is
yeah,
the
but
candy
show 'em
side.
the other
Well, and then the other side is
those candies look cool too.
These look cool too. So you've got 4 suits, and these are going to be laid out in a pyramid.
Yeah.
So it's overlapping. Each row overlaps the previous row, and you are going to be creating, for all intents and purposes, poker style plays from your hand. You can collect as many cards as you want, drafting a card each time, and then possibly laying down. Maybe it's just a single card to get a point, or maybe it is a straight or a straight flush or something.
4 fours or
exactly. But then along with your normal cards, you have things like where, oh, this card will be turquoise, but it's going to be equal to another card that you play, hence the equal sign on it. Or this one can be any number, though it's going to be pink. All right. This one is going to be 2, but it can be any color. All right. This one you lay down, and then the next time you draw 3 cards from the tableau.
And you see, the thing is, you may be really wanting a card that's sort of underneath something,
Exactly.
and you're wanting somebody else to take a card off before you can get it.
Yeah.
And what's kind of cool is that the pyramid is you get to see one row, then the other one's face down, and actually it starts face down, then face up. Then
Every
face
other
down.
one is face down or face up.
So you're getting some things where you know what color they are, but you don't know the
colors
value.
on the back.
So you may be, trying to get a certain color, because if you get them all in one color, you get more points.
Right. Exactly. Or maybe you change the color, as you can do with some of the cards and so on. So it's really a cool game. So if you're familiar with poker, then there's a little player aid card which can run you through, and you can be always referring to that as you're trying to build your hand. And you do this, 3 times, I think it is? 3?
Yeah, it's very
3 pyramids,
fast.
but you can only hold 2 cards over till
for the next round, so
pyramid tableau. So you got to play out, and you can only do 1 build of a poker hand at any time on your turn. So you can't go like, oh, I've got 3 3s and now I've got 4 4s as well. No, you got to
So you can't just hold.
You can't just hold everything.
You want to hold off as much as you can to get the best things, but if you do that, then you might end up having to throw some cards away at the end.
That is true.
This is a great game for people who know poker, so you could play this with anybody.
Yeah. So again, Truffle Shuffle from AEG, Molly Johnson, Shawn Stankewich, and Robert Melvin. 2 to 4 players. All right, let's run through what we talked about.
So this wine is from Integrity. It's a Pinot Noir, and it's very yummy.
Yeah, very good. It's from the kind of Monterey area, Watsonville. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Santa Lucia Highlands, I do believe, is actually towards Santa Barbara, so they're sourcing from that area. Then Carole King's Live from the BBC from 1971. Beautiful 8-song set, bringing in James Taylor and so on. Solo piano on a few of these. Fantastic. And Truffle Shuffle from AEG, Molly Johnson, Shawn Stankewich, and Robert Melvin. Wonderful stuff for 2 to 4 players. That'll do it for this week. Remember, you can sponsor the podcast and sponsor us here on patreon.com/GarrettsGames. Go listen to the audio version at garrettsgames.com, and we sincerely hope you guys are having an amazing holiday season. Take care. We'll see you next week. Bye.